Hi guys, I hope all of you are doing well. This video is for those candidates who would want to know that I have heard about CPA US, but I want to know what is the syllabus. I have heard about the scope, but can I do it? I would like to know what are the topics that are included so as to see whether this is something that would interest me or not. If you are amongst those people, this video is for you. Before I move forward, if you like the video, if you think it will benefit you, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. All right, moving on. So we will be talking in this video about the curriculum of CPA US. There are four exams that you need to pass. The first one is financial accounting and reporting. And these are the topics that are included. The first one is conceptual framework, standard setting, and financial reporting. So this accounts for 25% to 35% of the exam. And what is included, what we'll be discussing about in this topic? We will be talking about what is the overall conceptual framework of financial reporting. What is the fair value framework? We know that fair value is very, very important, even when it's financial reporting. So we'll be talking about the entire framework for the fair value. General purpose financial statements. This is your simple income statement, balance sheet, cash flow, and other kinds of statements that are built. Special purpose financial statements. So if you are not following the gap, if you are, let's say, following the cash basis of accounting, right, then how do you prepare the financial statements? Moving on to consolidated financial statements, I know that you have heard about this word consolidation, consolidated financial statements, how they are built. We will be talking there in this topic. And some topics, some concepts related to public company reporting also will be covered. What are the requirements of SEC, right? What is segment reporting, right? All these concepts are included in this topic. The second important topic is some selected financial statement accounts. As you can see, the percentage, my dear friends, 30% to 40% of your exam will comprise of these select financial statement accounts. And what is included? Now, this is going to be interesting. We'll be talking about cash. We'll be talking about accounts receivable, inventory, fixed assets, which is now known as property, plant, and equipment, PP&E, investments, intangible assets, impairment, right? We'll be also talking about the liabilities requirements, equity, how do you present it, what are the things that you should know. So we'll pick up each individual topics of your financial statements and we will discuss the accounting and the disclosure. This accounts for 30% to 40% of your curriculum in FAR. Moving on to select transactions, again, 20% to 30% will be for the transactions. And this includes how do you recognize the revenue, right? So we'll talk about revenue recognition, share-based payments, income tax, business combinations. What about the acquisitions? If you acquire a company, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about financial instruments, foreign exchange, leases, not for profit organizations. Now, you know that we do the accounting for all the organizations wherein the aim is to maximize the wealth of the shareholders, where the aim is to earn profit. But what about those cases wherein the aim is not to earn profit, not for profit organizations? And we'll be talking about the healthcare and colleges. What are the things you need to keep in mind for healthcare and colleges segment? Last segment is state and local governments, accounting for 5% to 15% of your exam. And this is where we talk about government accounting standards. Now, as per US GAAP, when you are doing the accounting for a government segment, for the companies wherein the government holds the shares, right? So government, state government, local governments, when we are doing the accounting for them, we don't follow the normal procedures. We don't follow the normal standards. We follow what is known as government accounting standards. So we'll be talking about those government accounting standards in this area. So that was your FAR segment, right? I hope that gave you a little more clarity as to if we are talking about FAR, then what are the topics that we are going to cover. Moving on to audit. Now, audit also has four areas. The first one is ethics, professional responsibilities, and general principles comprising of 15% to 25% of your curriculum. Now, as you can see, ethics, responsibilities, you can see what would be included in this, that as an auditor, if you are going and working as an auditor, then what are your responsibilities that you have to fulfill? That we'll be talking about the code of professional conduct. We'll be talking about ethics. We'll be talking about what are your responsibilities where independence is hindered. As an auditor, we'll talk about that you have to be independent of the client. Now, what are these provisions? We'll talk about in this segment. We'll talk about the SEC and PCAOB requirements and also the GAO and DOL requirements, which is the Government Accountability Office and Department of Labor. We'll talk about these aspects. Then, once you start the audit, once you accept the engagement, for example, let's say Amazon reaches out to you that please become my auditor. Now, once you accept the engagement or once you decide to accept the engagement, what are the things that you keep in mind while planning the audit, right? We will be talking about what are some issues related to planning. How are the concepts of materiality linked to audit? What are the various audit risks that you have to keep in mind? What are analytical procedures? What are your responsibilities as an auditor for fraud, illegal acts, non-compliance? Can you, as an auditor, use the work of another specialist? We will be talking about that. And when are you required to communicate with the management? When are you required to communicate with TCWG, known as those charged with governance of a company, right? And we'll be talking about internal controls in this segment, right? The next segment, which again accounts for a major share, 30% to 40% of your exam, will comprise of audit procedures and how, as an auditor, you are going to obtain evidences. Now, why do you obtain evidences? Now, as an auditor, you are required to form an opinion and you are required to give an opinion in the form of an audit report. Now, for you to frame an opinion, there should be a proper backing, right? How would you arrive at the correct opinion? When you perform procedures and obtain evidences. You obtain evidences whether everything is going fine in the company or not, or is there a problem? Right? The evidences will tell you. So, obtaining evidences, we'll be talking about the transaction cycles in a company. We'll be talking about how do you audit individual areas. For example, accounts receivable, cash, investments, liabilities. How would I perform procedures? What are the assertions that I check? We will also be talking here about why is it important to document everything. I remember when I was in KPMG during my audit days, when I joined, someone told me that Ayush, anything not documented is not done. So this line implies how much focus is put on documentation, right? So that is very, very important. We'll also talk about some related party issues, uh, IT audit, subsequent events, going concern, and a lot of interesting stuff is there in this segment. And final segment is you have done the audit. Now it's the time to form your conclusion and do the reporting in the form of an audit report, right? So we'll be talking about how do you frame an opinion, what are the different kinds of opinion, what are something known as a restrict report, what is summary financial statements, what are special purpose framework, government auditing standards, right? So all these aspects would be covered in this area. That was audit and assurance. The third subject is business environment and concepts, known as BEC. This comprises of 5 segments. The first one is enterprise risk management, internal controls, and business processes, comprising of 20% to 30% of your syllabus. Now, as the name suggests, my dear friends, this would include your internal control frameworks, enterprise risk management frameworks, and some other regulatory frameworks and provisions that we will be talking about. Economics, yes, we do have economics concepts. So, all those who are interested in economics, yes, that's the thing for you. 15% to 25% of your exam. And yes, we'll bring everything from our academics into it. We'll talk about demand, we'll talk about supply, we'll talk about elasticity, we'll talk about equilibrium. I hope when I'm saying these words, a lot of things are coming back into your mind. Yes, we did study economics, we used to love it, don't we? Okay, so we'll also talk about globalization, monetary policies, GDP, right? Everything will be covered in this segment of economics. Moving on to financial management, comprising 10 to 20% of your syllabus. And when I say financial management, we'll be talking about capital budgeting, working capital financing, bonds, equity, preferred shares. We'll talk about valuations, right? Everything is covered in this financial management. Then that's not all. We have IT, 15 to 25% comprising of IT, including, again, what are some emerging technologies? What are the security procedures for IT? What are some controls related to IT? Right? We'll be talking about that in this segment. Moving on to operations management. This is costing, guys. This is your management accounting. For those who are really interested, those who like doing costing in your graduation days, yes, that's the thing for you. 25%, 15 to 25% of your curriculum comprising of costing. And yes, when I say costing, we'll be talking about cost behaviors, we'll be talking about process costing, CVP analysis, budgeting, variance analysis, which is also your standard costing, right? Relevant costing, ABC costing, all the things, again, bringing back from your academic days. So this is what BEC segment comprises of. Does it include small bits from everywhere? Yes, it does. All right, moving on to the final subject, regulation. Now, again, 5 areas. The first is, now if you're acting as a tax professional, for those who want to make their careers in US taxation, this is a very, very important area for you. If you are acting as a tax professional, you should be aware about ethics. You should be aware about your professional responsibilities. 10 to 20% of your exam comprising of this segment. Right? So again, your responsibilities, your duties towards your clients, and of course, your profession. Then we have laws as well. Business laws, bringing back your concepts of contracts, bringing back agencies, debtor creditor relationships, federal securities regulation, and all the different laws that are important for you as a professional to understand. We'll talk about laws. Then, property taxation, guys. 12 to 22% comprising of property taxation. We'll talk about sale and disposition of the assets, capital gains and losses. There are something known as Section 1231 assets, right? Involuntary conversions of your assets, and all such this is very, very interesting. All such interesting parameters of taxation we'll be talking about in terms of this segment. Moving on to federal taxation of individuals. Now, you obviously will be having a lot of clients who would come to you and ask you to prepare their tax returns or give them the tax advice, right? So those would be individuals. So you should be very, very, careful when, you are doing the tax returns for individuals, and what are the concepts we'll be covering in this area. And finally, we have taxation of entities. This is corporate tax. Taxation of S corporations, taxation of partnership firms. Uh, what are multi-jurisdictional tax issues, right? And various other tax-related concepts regarding corporations, regarding entities, that we'll cover in this segment of regulation. All right. I hope that gave you a slightly better insight into what all the things are there in CPA that you have to study to become that professional, become that recognized professional, and open an era of global opportunities for you. All right. I hope that was really helpful. If you still liked it, if you think it would be beneficial to others as well, I would request you to please like the video and share it as much as you can. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Thank you so much for watching.